Okay, so this is all the shit I bought. Obviously, I bought a lot of food. Crazy excited. I spent $33, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I really earned it because I went ahead and did the math for what $52 in 31 days ends up being, and that is $1.68. Now wait, hold on, let me figure out what it would be if it was for 22 days. Okay, for 22 days, $52 is $2 and what was it, 62 cents? Don't worry, I had a calculator, I'm not that smart. But yeah, so I totally can spend another 33, more like round up to $34 because bruh, even with that added to the budget for the whole month, it's still less than $3 per day. I need to hurry because I have ice cream. Ooh, hip hip hooray. Okay, I'll do this stuff for the day of me eating vegan versions of non-vegan food. So both of these ways of eating vegan, I believe, do fit the stereotype of being expensive. So I'll talk about the prices and what you can do instead to do it cheaper. So what I got for a day of eating vegan versions of what I would eat when I was not vegan. Item number 1, cheddar style shreds by Daya. I have not tried these yet. I'm a little afraid that I won't like them, but not that afraid because you know what? I saved so much money this month that it doesn't matter if I wasted a little bit of money. And it's good to know if I like it or not, you know what I mean? Like I've heard mixed reviews about it. A lot of people don't like Daya cheese, but I might as well find out for myself how I feel about it. And I feel like after 22 days of eating the same foods, I'm gonna like anything. So we're gonna try this. Stay tuned for taste test videos. And then I also got, as a breakfast food, whole grain, organic, simply wholesome waffles. It's got 4 grams of protein. Oh, I should do that. Oh, I'll do that. I'll do all that, like talking about the nutrients and stuff in the taste test reviews of these things. Oh, this goes in the freezer. And that came with 6 of those. Oh, I forgot to say. So for the cheese, what you can do instead is you can use nutritional yeast or just like go without cheese, which sounds crazy, but like it's like anything that once you've given it up for a long amount of time, like you don't miss it too much unless you do something like what I did and eat the same foods for 22 days straight, and then you will have cravings. But otherwise, you don't really miss it as long as it's not something that you like actively try to like look up pictures of and think about and like salivate over. Instead of getting vegan burgers and veggie burgers and stuff like that, all those fake meats, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this portobello mushroom and I'm going to mix it with some beans and some onions, some olive oil, blend it up in the blender, mash it together and cook it. The olive oil will make it like kind of greasy like a normal burger would be. This one is probably all melted because I was taking so long in the grocery store, but I got these, which I have tried before. I already know that I like them, but I'll do a video about them anyways. These are the So Delicious dairy-free coconut milk non-dairy frozen dessert vanilla sandwiches. So what you could get instead of doing that, make your own banana and ice cream at home, and I have a video of me making that. Freezing some bananas and then let them thaw for a little bit and then put them in a blender, blend them up. Make sure they're super ripe bananas because that's when they're the sweetest. Add your own flavoring by like adding some cocoa powder or whatever you want. All right, next, some squash. So I got zucchini squash and yellow squash because one of the meals that I used to have before I was vegan is I would have these just like smothered in cheese. So that's where the Daya cheese comes in. And the last thing I got, I'm so excited because I told you guys I've been craving cream cheese. I got this tofu-y milk-free better than cream cheese, imitation cream cheese plain. Sugar in this is organic, which is awesome. You know what, I'm just gonna try a little bit right now. What it looks like. Oh my gosh. All right, initially it tasted exactly like it, and then after about 2 to 3 seconds, then like a little bit of aftertaste kind of set in, which was different than cream cheese, but it wasn't bad. I feel like I wouldn't eat this in the same like large amounts that I used to have of normal cream cheese. I'm gonna make my own banana bread using ingredients that I've been using this month already, like oatmeal, some bananas, and you put some chia seeds in there, and then I'm gonna bake it. And then I'm gonna put some of this on it. Yeah, I just don't like the aftertaste, but initially this tastes exactly like spot on. And that's it for what I'll be eating that day. Although, one more thing that I might also add to that is I might also get some, like a pack of ramen and just throw away the flavor packet and make my own flavoring with like the seasonings and spices that I have, because that's something I used to have ramen like late at night. Like that was my midnight snack, was ramen. Oh, what you can do instead of cream cheese, I mean, you know, there's vegan butter, which I already have a little bit of. Use seasonings and stuff like cinnamon and stuff like that to add flavor to things. Peanut butter is really good instead of cream cheese. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Now for a full day of eating fully raw and getting all my nutrients. A bunch of kale. So I'm just gonna eat as much as I can. All of it's organic. It won't fit in the fridge. Tomatoes for the kale in the salad. 3 huge tomatoes. Sesame seeds. Sesame seeds are very high in calcium, which is awesome AF. So a bunch of sesame seeds. I'm gonna have a lot of sesame seeds and I'm gonna put it in the salad. I'll probably put it on like the vegan burger that I make as well. That'll be good AF. Okay, well, I don't really know how to like give suggestions for ways to eat fully raw for really cheap. If you're fully raw and all organic, I feel like that's just gonna always be really expensive if you're trying to get all of your nutrients. If you don't care about getting all of your nutrients, which I don't advocate for because it's not healthy, and that's when you can get some health problems. Eat all bananas or something. But I don't know. I guess my recommendation for if you're fully raw and wanting to do it as cheaply as possible, either consider also including some cooked foods into your diet that are cooked from fresh or cooked from like dried beans or whatever, you know, with no other ingredients, all organic or whatever, and that'll really cut down the costs a lot to get some of your nutrients, like the bulk of your nutrients from some like really high calorie cooked foods. You could also cut down the cost of fully raw. If you really want to stay fully raw, you could cut down the cost a little bit by just trying to find the highest calorie foods to have in your diet while still getting all your nutrients. I mean, that takes a little bit of figuring out, but eventually you can probably figure it out, because foods that are higher in calorie, it will cost less per calorie. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's that. Anyway, mango, 3 mangoes. This will be breakfast. Just 3 big old mangoes. Big old mangoes. Is a total of $33.86. This was shopping at Kroger in a place with a pretty low cost of living in the United States. Just to kind of give you an idea, it may change depending on where you live. Okay, so I'm enjoying these mixed nuts that I got, and you know, there are like cashews in here and stuff, so I went to grab a cashew, and this happened.